Advancement National School Psychology Awareness Week. I was looking to see who was going to come up. Miss Ellett.
Good evening, Chair Benton, Superintendent Merrill, and our school board. During the week of November the 14th through the 18th, 107 school psychologists and 3 school psychology interns in Wake County schools will be promoting National School Psychology Awareness Week. This year's theme, Small Steps Change Lives, highlights how taking small steps can build greater success and help our students to develop academic and social emotional skills. These skills are essential to students in order to promote personal achievement, growth, and resilience, as well as a sense of belonging and well-being. Our school psychologists support some of our most vulnerable students, and their work is really essential as we strive to have a 95% graduation rate. Here to share some more information about the important role of our school psychologists is Sarah Green, our Director for School Psychology.
Chair Benton, Dr. Merrill, and members of the board, thank you so very much for including us on your busy agenda tonight. As Director of School Psychology, I am the lucky person who every day gets to engage in shared leadership with one of the best teams in the district doing great things for students, our school psychologists. With me tonight are members of our leadership team that I would like to stand and just briefly introduce, please. Jan Vital, Mark Giandonoto, and Heather Lynch, and we also have Alma Scobie, who could not be with us tonight. Thank you. As Ms. Elliott mentioned, this is School Psychology Week across the nation, and our theme is Small Steps Change Lives. Each and every day, school psychologists in Wake County schools take small steps to positively impact children and help the district make forward progress on our strategic plan and meet our goal of annually graduating at least 95% of our students ready for productive citizenship as well as higher education or a career. I would like to introduce one member of our team, Lee Kokinas. Lee is a school psychologist at Root Elementary School and West Millbrook Middle School. She is also the district's School Psychologist of the Year and was a nominee for the North Carolina School Psychology Association's Practitioner of the Year. Lee is here tonight to give you just a couple of examples of small steps she has taken to impact the students in her schools. This will give you a nice representation of the work all school psychologists are doing throughout our school system. And after Lee speaks, we would like to share with you a very brief 2-minute video that we all made to celebrate our work as well. So here's Lee.
Hello, and thank you for your time. My name is Lee Kokinas, and I am a school psychologist at Root Elementary and West Millbrook Middle School. My goal tonight is to share with you all the important role school psychologists play in each school we are in and the important role we have for 157,000 plus Wake County students. There are 107 school psychologists who work individually with students in small groups and school-wide to teach students how to take small steps to build greater successes and develop the academic and social emotional skills students need to promote personal achievement, growth, and emotional resilience, as well as a sense of belonging and well-being in their community and in their school. I will share some of my personal experiences to provide insight into our role. In my middle school, I used EASY and the daily in-school suspension report to view our school's discipline data. I then collaborated with the social worker and in-school suspension teacher to form a group of 6 8th graders with high suspension rates. I viewed the SIP to align my leadership group with the SIP goals. Parents were contacted to get parental buy-in and to build a homeschool connection. Our group, called POGS, which stands for Planning, Organization, and Goal Setting, met weekly with the goal to build leadership skills and to teach and model planning, organization, and goal setting. Teachers were provided weekly updates on our lessons, and I aligned our goal with 21st century learning skills. Students use meeting protocols that one might see in Wake County Public School System meetings to build team norms and a goal. The students had weekly homework assignments to practice setting goals. We learned how to access technology in the media center with the media specialist helping. We integrated writing skills with their technology skills, and we had a culminating activity where they planned a guest speaker event to practice the planning, organization, and goal setting. Mr. Lavelle Moton, NC Central's men's basketball coach and a former special ed teacher at West Millbrook Middle School and a former Wake County Public School System student, was our guest speaker. He shared his life story, which was similar to these students' story. Students received awards for their participation in this group at 8th grade award ceremony. One student is now in honors English at Enloe, thinking of college and wants to be a psychologist. So I'm trying to convince her to be a school psychologist. Another one is on the Enloe football team. So he is keeping his grades up, and I have been in touch with his parents. And his brother is an 8th grader who will be in my group this year. One student has been by to visit me because he lives close by. And another student became more engaged in his instruction as the group was going on. And his teachers commented that he asked more questions in class and was asking about high school. I am candid in telling my students in my group that my goal for them is not to need me, that I want to bump into them 10 years from now, and I want them to be in such a hurry that they don't have time to talk to me because they're headed home to take their kids to sports and to cook dinner or on their way to their job. These students took small steps to build leadership skills and learned that leadership takes many forms. I have reached out to school psychologists at their schools to make contact with these students to continue a connection with their schools. These small steps increase their chance of graduating on time, college, and career ready. This intervention also addressed equity by helping these students' teachers see them as budding leaders and by presenting them with what I believe may have been the first award any of these 6 students received in middle school. So that was a profound event for me. Another example I want to share with you has to do with elementary school. This involves a 3rd grade student whose parent was concerned with his writing and contemplated referring him for special ed services. I met with his mother, I reviewed his reading data, and discussed how writing skills develop and how writing skills can be progress monitored using curriculum-based measurements. She agreed to allow me to work with him weekly to provide additional Tier 2 instruction in writing and to monitor his progress weekly. I observed him in class for additional information about his academic behaviors in class, and then I collaborated with his teacher, who also worked to provide twice weekly conferencing with him to provide specific performance feedback on his writing performance. After 6 weeks, the student showed a higher than expected rate of growth as measured by his curriculum-based measurements, indicating his skills to be actually above grade level, based on his total words written and correct word sequence and spelling skills. His teacher noted increased skills in writing and a higher rate of active engaged time was seen during instructions in subsequent observations. He was privately evaluated during this time, and I provided the progress monitoring data along with an explanation of the curriculum-based measurements to the outside agency with the permission of the parent. So what could have been viewed as a learning disability in writing was corrected with within less than a 2-month period of time with a Tier 2 intervention, plus collaboration with the teacher. The parent had a better understanding of how reading growth affects writing skills and how writing skills can be viewed in layers and then addressed specifically and systematically. The student was not referred for further testing, and these small steps taken by several individuals set this student up for growth and built his confidence in a skill that he struggled with. It also allowed the teacher to see how targeted instruction with progress monitoring could be used to change instruction. School psychologists help to ensure the right people are at the table for problem-solving conversations around students. I want to leave you with this thought. School psychologists are the psychologists who know the most about education and the educators who know the most about psychology. School psychologists, in essence, bridge these 2 very important fields of study together for children to be able to grow in school, in life, and in the world. Thank you very much for your time. And now there's going to be a video.
My school psychologist
helped me take a small step
by teaching me that school is a safe place.
La psicóloga de mi escuela me ayudó a tomar un pequeño paso hacia remover las barreras y poder mejorar en la escuela.
My school psychologist helped me take a small step by putting me in touch with community mental health agencies to support my child and my family.
My school psychologist helped me take a small step by showing me data which monitored my child's progress in reading compared with others in his class.
school psychologist helped me take a
small step by teaching me ways to feel connected with my school.
My school psychologist helps me take small steps so that I can talk to my students and support my students with homelessness.
My school psychologist helped me take a small step by teaching me positive self-talk and deep breathing so I feel less stress.
My school psychologist helped me take
A small step by helping me understand that I can achieve anything if I take small steps towards my goal.